Bonjour and welcome to all you comic book geeks, readers, and all you comic book collectors, because this, especially that last one, the comic book collectors, this one's for you. This is my weekly little run through, and it will be quick because I had quite a stack here. Went a little bit mad on Free Comic Book Day, as you always do. But there was obviously offers aplenty at the two comic book shops that you must know by now if you are regulars. If you're not, first one up is New Dawn Comics at Rayleigh, Essex, where I spent my new comic book day. And I mean, in a way, that's got nothing to do with it because I'm in there every week buying back issues. But had a great time. He had a busy day, so well done everyone if you have been supporting your local comic book shop, courtesy of New Comic Book Day. Anyway, let's get on with it. New Dawn Comics, Rayleigh in Essex. Hello, Jamie and Lizzie, his faithful assistant, as always, helping me out. We always have a laugh. First up, the only DC comic this week. I have got some Valiant to balance out the Marvel heavy, as usual. Come on, I'm a Marvel fan. I don't know why I don't just call it Marvel fan. Or geekyOlhog. This was a nice little find. I'm not the biggest Batman collector. Like, I get the new stuff in its sector, but I'm not particularly. If I see some Neil Adams reasonable price, but pick that up. I think it's only special for the McFarlane cover. McFarlane. I'm off already. There's only one comic in the McFarlane cover. Don't know if anyone can tell me if there's anything else special because it isn't the artist or the writer. So come on, that's DC out of the way. We've got to get into some Defenders, haven't we? As always, I'll rattle through them because obviously I picked a stack of them up. And this is J.M. DeMatteis, JMD I'll call him from now on. Do you know what my people like when I pronounce names? Really getting into his stride. The storylines that they got involved. Devil Slayer fights for his very soul. I just love the Defenders. It's just where the B-list characters and, all the way down to Z. This is where they all go when they haven't got their own book or their book is in dire straits or JMD needs it for a bizarre storyline. Because some of these, I look at how many characters are in this. And it's called the Defenders, but in the end, it was just an excuse to bring in what characters you felt like using or what the editor would let you use. I mean, look at all this lot, and this cover here. I mean, there was a program in England called the Magic Roundabout that had a character a little bit like that. Look, there's just no holding back on the bizarreness of the storylines, and perhaps that mushroom is magic there, and that's why they was coming up with these storylines. I don't know. Good old Damon Hellstorm. What's this? Menace of the Messiah. JMD has weaved the story where they fight a character called the Messiah out in I think they're coming back from Jerusalem, so I don't know. I can't quite remember. Memory fails me because I've only just flicked through these just to have a little. This is it, Defenders. It's the final conflict, issue 99. Well, it can't be because it's issue 100. A double-sized special. J&D's still on it. Still 100 characters, but now it's time for renewal. Issue 101. The Surfer demands renewal. And that's what that story is called. Here is I know I've called him in the past one of the lamest superheroes going, and he is. One of the lamest Batman clones. But nevertheless, he suited to being in the Defenders, being their mainstay. The fact that you never see him hardly anywhere else just kind of makes me love him. Just makes it, I've got a soft spot for the guy. But because he is so lame, perhaps it's just, I feel sorry for him. Cold as crystal, hot as hellfire. You know, these are, you know, the waning days of the Defenders, really. But nevertheless, I am, you know, if you've been following me for a few weeks, you know that is, I'm getting well, you know, I've got the whole run now up to that point. So from the kind of early 80s, that would have been. Yeah, early 80s. Let's fast forward a decade to this. Now, yes, I know it's not exactly the rarest of the rare, is it? But do you know what? I do like McFarlane. And this was, I've got these, I had them before, you know, you've heard the story. I love the way they done the logo on that. They were that brave and trusting McFarlane, you know, at the peak of his powers at Marvel. Pre-image. And these are courtesy of Paul at Comics and Fantasy in Hornchurch, Essex. Me old mate Paul, how you doing, mate? He put these as these were on the wall. I think he had a couple of sets. They put this one. They just caught my eye. You know, it's about time to get them back. You know, I did have them once upon a time. I do like McFarlane's artwork. All I will say is he was never the greatest writer. When you look back at these stories, the run, I don't know, was it Dave? I think it was David Michelin that wrote his run on Amazing Spider-Man. They stand the test. They stand the test of time a bit better than these. And I haven't reread them in any detail quite yet, you know. So I'm not saying that is conclusive proof that McFarlane isn't the best writer in the world. But when you match him up with a good writer, then it's magic, I think. Because I really do like his art style. And there are mentioning that the guys over at the last comic book podcast also, they kind of agreed with me. Hello guys, enjoy their stuff. I leave the link in my thumbnail notes, whatever they're called. So if you fancy a good comic podcast, then get over to them. It'll be worth it. More Marvel little mini set. Paul knows I love these minis. He put them by for me. Thanks for that, Paul. Because this, like early 20, what was this? What would this be? 2014, 18, something like that. Yeah, 2018. These are the gaps I've got in my, you know, just that period before I started collecting again. And obviously, he knows I like Daredevil. One of my favourite characters. And these covers by Kyle Hotz, is it Hotz or Tots? Kyle, yeah, Hotz, I think it is. I think they're minimalist, but I really like them. Look at that. I mean, that's good eyes. Kyle Hotz, especially when he's on the horror themed Marvel characters. And he's got that weird and wacky style, like that Bernie Wrightson, for me, like a little bit of Bernie Wrightson style there. This isn't, well, as I say, a maxi series. I think there's 10 issues of this. Obviously, this group of Avengers trying to find their way home. They've been sent into another, far away, because I haven't read it yet. But by Al Ewing, Jim Zub and Mark Waid, I mean, what a trio to write an Avengers story. Wow. And I mean, backed up by some great artwork. Sean Isaacsi. Looked like a good old Hercules. Love it. Again, got a soft spot for that Bronze Age character. Look at them covers. They're nice covers as well. And I'm looking forward to how they get Conan in. I really am looking forward to that. I've always found it a bit pathetic, to be fair. And I know they don't. Yeah, I know there's a way of just getting him in there. Of course it is. And they're time travelling and space travelling and dimension travelling. But, you know, sometimes it is a bit of a stretch, isn't it? A bit like putting him in the Defenders. Don't think they ever did that. Okay. Issue 10. Nice covers. And I hope they find their way home in that story. And again, nothing of any importance, this story, but I did enjoy the Marvel Knights when they first come out. I've still got the Punisher ones. I think the original title they did of this, I just think they're worth, I think they're decent. I think they're decent enough. Who was the writer on? Oh, Howard. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's all different. So, anyway, that's not much of a cover. Because the passing of Stan Lee, it was just a black cover. So it's not worth holding that up, is it? That's a nice cover, I like that. I do enjoy the Marvel Knights stuff when they're done right, and when this duo is done right, it's got a really issue one. I couldn't resist it, and yeah, enjoying it. And look at this cover. I love that cover. Thought that was brilliant. Yeah, it was done, like, you know, design wise. That's just your standard. But when the duo is done well, when Daredevil and Punisher is done well, because it can be done bad as well, I enjoy it. And I know I've only read the first issue, but yes, I am enjoying that. Nice recommendation, thanks, Paul. And this is another little. I think if you don't already know by now, I'm getting right into the Guardians, and I've really got into that completists rabbit hole of, oh my god, if it's to do with the Guardians of the Galaxy, I've got to get it. This is a nice design cover as well. I like where they're playing with the format on it. And you know, this was kind of like, again, these weren't £1 million. Actually, nothing apart from the Batman, actually. So see, the Batman was the most expensive single item this week. And all the rest of these were really just nice value sets. You know, per issue works out cheaper than what I'm paying for brand new comics, because none of these set the world on fire. Excuse it, apart from the Spider-Mans, and even those, because they printed a gazillion of them. None of this is, and they're just nice little sets to get if you're into the Guardians of the Galaxy and you're into Star-Lord. And sometimes, yes, it is the completest. I shouldn't do it, but it is the completest in me. It goes all, you know. And I won't show all of the covers, so I've got 3 sets. These Divinity comics, they were recommended to me by the Longbox Punk. Hello, Chris, how you doing? And I started off with, what was the name of it? Oh, anyway, you'll have to look. That's a good way of getting you to look at the old. Actually, these covers are worth showing. But it was Matt. It's Matt Kint, who Chris recommended me. By the way, get back on track. That's a nice cover. And so the first set I got, whatever it was called, forgive me. Was it called Trinity? And this is called Divinity. I don't know. Eternity, I think. Oh, anyway, it doesn't matter. Well, this is this Divinity, that's Divinity 1. There's Divinity 2, but they've got all these they're not the most exciting. I think these are the variants sets. But because I'd mentioned about that first set, Jamie at New Dawn Comics put these by for me, so thanks for that, mate. He mentioned that, I was in a little bit of a Matt Kint, because good writer, and Trevor Hairsine on the artwork on all 3 of them sets. I've got 12 issues there that I'm really looking forward to reading. But with those, I would prefer to get to get enough time to read all 4, if you know what I mean. Just read it like a graphic novel. So I will leave it there. Hope you enjoyed that little look at my back issue haul. I will see you next time, hopefully, for New Comic Book Day. And I'll also be showing off a few little bits from the Free Comic Book Day over there rather than here. I didn't think, I was umming and ahhing whether or not it does fit. And I thought, no, it doesn't really, because they're new. And these are old. Like me, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Thank you, my sexy subscribers. Please let me know. I've noticed you are all commenting now, so thank you so much for that. It really means a lot to me personally, and also means a lot, I think, to the algorithm, including the likes and the subs and all that. So wherever you can put a thumb up it, wherever you can comment on it, please do. Love you all. And until next time, I'll bid you all adios.